It was such a relief to have great weather this round. It was a traditional Sydney blue sky winter day, 19, 20 degrees in the middle of the day and freezing in the mornings, but compared to the previous round of torrential rain and a car covered in mud, it was exceptionally welcome. Qualifying was Saturday morning, a little bit later than normal, and I had previously set an amazing lap on Friday practice, a new PB, so I was really excited about qualifying and the idea of hopefully being on the front row. Combined grid of 25 cars, so a few of the under 2 litre cars are really fast, and they can always sneak up the top of the grid. So I've just finished qualifying. Congratulations to Ben Sheedy, who's done the best lap he's ever done in his Commodore and put it on pole, which was an amazing effort. And congratulations to Danny Castro Jr. and Matty Burks, who managed to get a little toe from me on both of their fastest laps. And they've beaten me by half a tenth, which instead of having me on the front row, sees me start the race in P4 on the second row behind 2 unders cars and an overs car. The race we've got coming up is 25 minutes, so I reckon that's about 13 laps and 50 kilometres, which is a really long way around here. So a lot to do before then. Much nicer here today at Sydney Motorsport Park than last round, where it was really torrentially raining, and now it's beautiful sunny blue skies, crisp morning this morning, so fast track early on. The track always goes off in the middle of the day here as it gets a bit of UV on it, and then it should come good again later in this afternoon for our race. Race 1 is Saturday afternoon. It's probably the longest race that we'll have for the season. On the schedule it's 25 minutes, which is about 13 laps around Eastern Creek, about 50 kilometres, so a national final length race. We set the car up to be good at the end, or good in the middle and the end, so I know it's going to be a bit average at the start. Starting from the second row in P4, great start. Straight around the outside of the guys on the front row and head into turn 2 in second place with 20 odd cars behind me, including last year's champion Stephen Engel in his Mitsubishi Evo right behind me into the second corner. So we battle really hard for the first few laps of race 1. Car's a bit understeering because it hasn't quite got the pressure I want in it, but ahead of where I thought we would be. The idea was to end the race well, and things are looking pretty good. Ben Sheedy in his Commodore just skips away a little bit, and then all of a sudden we have a safety car come out. Matty Burks in his very fast Toyota Corolla has an engine let go, drops oil and nearly catches fire at turn 5, and I thought, right, we have time to have a little rest here and reassess. 2 or 3 laps under safety car, we're going again, and I get a really good jump off the restart behind Ben in his Commodore, drop the guys behind me a little bit, and it's eyes forward. And they're going, actually, I can have a crack at this. I think we might even be able to win it. So chase Ben, we're all doing PBs, and then as it comes back to sort of the last lap or 2, I just drift away from him a bit, and I'm caught by Engel in the Evo again, who puts a stack of pressure on me for the last lap, and even gives me just a little bit of a tap into the last corner just to make sure that I know he was there and that he was very close, but held on to P2, which was a really great start to our weekend. Race 2, Sunday morning. It's a new day, but much the same. This time I'm starting from P2, so front row, which suits me just fine. On the outside, which is great because you can get a run through the outside of turn 1. I've now got the Evo right behind me, the Commodore next to me, and it's a bit shorter race. Got an okay start, got jumped by the Evo, which is pretty normal four-wheel drive car. Straight away, there's a bit of a three-way battle for the lead between Ben Sheedy, Steve Engel and myself. We've got a couple of guys behind us, but really it's a three-horse race. As we go into turn 2 on the second lap, I notice that Steve in the Engel has an issue, drops the car off the side of the road, and I sneak up the inside. Busily, I'm looking in my mirror, trying to work out if he's joined the track or not, and I notice that he hasn't come back around. At that point, I thought, championship goal here is to make sure I absolutely finish this race, maximize the points advantage over these guys, and set into a rhythm straight away. Don't stress too much about the car in front, finish second. That's what we did. Nursed the car within reason, missed the curbs, short shift a little bit, just set a rhythm, came home for another second place.
It's the 4th round of our championship now. The 4th time we've had this car in race conditions. Touch wood, so far pretty good, pretty reliable. A couple of self-inflicted wounds, but car's looking pretty good.
With 2 second places already for the weekend and the car in a really good spot, our strategy for race 3 was maybe to make a couple of changes, see if we can't improve the car again, have the car turn a little bit better again, and close the gap to the Commodore. It was another 20-odd minute race, so we knew that we had a good car over the duration, as the M3 looks after its tyres pretty good. With the championship competitor Steve Engel starting from rear of grid after fixing his car, we knew that he probably wasn't going to catch us, so we were pretty comfortable that we could finish in second at worst. Got out the gate pretty good. Thought, okay, car's not too bad, but we didn't really nail what we wanted to do. Over the course of the race, the car didn't quite come on as we had hoped, and after about mid-race distance, I thought this is as good as it's going to get. Settle down, again, into a groove, finish second and make sure that we extend our points advantage and have a really good weekend with nothing to do to the car after the weekend.
Great drive for Ben. Really good drive for Joe Lenthall in the second place. Under a lot of pressure. Racing on and he cashed right.
So after 4 rounds, I'm still leading the championship. In fact, again, we've managed to increase our lead in the championship, which is the 3rd round in a row we've done so, due to consistent high places every race, no DNFs, and a really good car, really good crew. I've got over a race now advantage to Tim Robson in his Civic, who's now being caught by Ben Sheedy in his Commodore as he's had a few race wins recently. We've dropped Steve Engel in the Evo because he unfortunately had a DNF. Now it looks like it's between Robbo, Sheeds and myself. This round was kind of special as I had some family visiting from Adelaide. Mum and Dad were up, which is not unusual for Dad. He comes to the race meeting every now and then, but Mum hasn't been for 12 years. Last time I raced, I may have had a spin in my old Mazda and I may have got bogged in the grass right next to the fence. She thought that I'd hit the wall, decided she wouldn't come to a racetrack again. It was all a little bit too scary for her. So it was amazing to have her back out there again. Our last round is at One Raceway, an amazing new facility, lots of money poured into it. It's November 1st, 2nd and 3rd, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, and you absolutely should come and have a look. The improved production field will be stacked with plenty of good guys coming from interstate who are keen to come and set lap records at a new track, as well as the usual sports sedans, production sports, supercars, RX-8s. Amazing weekend of grassroots motorsport at what should be, hopefully, an amazing facility. I can't do any of this without the help from a lot of people. So again, thank you to the guys at JLM and GCG. Without them, I simply can't do this. Lachlan and the team at BM's, incredible support as always, before and up to and in during the race meeting. Phil at Armour Motorsport, Justin at Club Racer, Scotty at Oxytech, all those boys, I can't do it without.